everybody. I'm Tia Echoes, and I'll be a social worker today. How's everybody's week been?
Pretty good.
Does anybody want to talk about how their week was?
It was a little bit harder with the snow. My husband was home a little bit more this week, so it started out really good, and then there was more stress because he wasn't able to leave the house because of the snow, and so he got a little angry, and a lot of things were starting to irritate him by the end of the week.
Does anybody else want to say? First of all, we have a new member here, so I want everybody to introduce themselves and give a quick reason why you're here so she can feel comfortable. And I'm going to come back to you.
My name is Stacy. I'm here. I'm 42 years old. I have 2 kids, and I'm here because my husband, he does some things that I'm starting to feel from this group that's abnormal, and I don't feel very safe at home, so I'm here to figure out what the next step should be.
I'm Shelby, 24, and my husband has become very verbally abusive, physically abusive.
Obviously, it makes her still upset about it, so that's why she's here to work through it. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Emily. I don't really exactly know if I should be here or not. My girlfriend tends to be abusive. I don't really know if a girl can be that abusive, though. So I think that we have a social worker besides you, and she seems to think so. But I don't really know if I agree with her or not yet.
Okay, and since you're new, I'm going to tell you about confidentiality. Everything that you say in here, we will not repeat unless you say that you are suicidal or you're going to harm somebody else or yourself, of course. And also, being that we are a group and we're here to seek help, we just have a certain environment that we have with each other so we can speak to each other about our problems. And, like, if we get a little confrontational, it's okay because it's common in groups. So just let you know so you're comfortable and aware. Okay? So, I also want to tell you guys that Women's Resource Center is the agency that we work with. And if you need to call somebody, like when you're not here in group to talk to, and say you're having a specific issue and you're really scared, you can't call them. I have the papers in the cards that I can give you when we finish. And so I really wanted to work on our goals this week. So I want everybody to say like 2 specific goals that they have for group.
I'm not quite sure. Maybe just because I'm new. I guess for this week, at least, to figure out a little bit more about what the group's about and understanding, and then, seeing whether I actually belong here or not.
My goals for the group is, after we were talking last week about what's normal and what's not normal, and you all established that hitting and some of the negative names and things like that isn't something that is normal. It's not something that we should tolerate. So now my goal is just to figure out what I should do, if I should talk to him about it, or if I should just let it go, or if I should seek further help.
Yeah, I think I personally just need to figure out what my next step should be and how to confront my husband when something uncomfortable, a situation arises, I guess.
What would your options be, basically, to do?
I don't have many options. This is so new to me. I don't know what my next step would be. I don't know what's out there to do, what options there are.
So your goal is to have a plan.
Right. Yeah.
So, Stacey, you said that you wanted to learn how to confront your significant other about the situation, correct?
Yes.
So, would you guys be willing to do a role play exercise this week on confronting your significant other and learning how to talk to them?
Yes.
So, as the facilitator, I will play the significant other, and we can talk as long as you wish to make it comfortable for you. And I will do it with each person if they're willing to do it. And we can just break the ice and open it up about it. So you can feel more comfortable if you actually decide to do it. Who would like to go first?
I'll go ahead and go.
Do you want to move right here so we
Okay.
can be face to face? Thank you. So, what is your husband's name? Okay.
Do I just talk to him about?
Whatever you want to talk about.
I've noticed that you, over the years, you've been getting really angry with me about different things. That if dinner's not ready on time, or if the laundry's not done, or if I spend too much money over the week, different things like that. And instead of just, I'd like it more if you would talk to me instead of telling me what I've done wrong and getting upset and acting out physically. I don't think it's right that you hit me. I also don't think it's very good. I know I don't make money, that I'm your wife and I'm supposed to be very submissive, but I feel like you shouldn't just give me money for me to go to the grocery store. I should be able to have my own debit card and be able to access our accounts. It'd be better for both of us. I don't have to keep coming to you for money all the time.
Well, being that I'm the man in the relationship, don't you think it's okay for me to run things?
Yes.
Maybe you could tell him it's okay if he ran things, but you would like a little bit of a change.
Yeah, a change is good.
Do you want to pause for a second?
I think this is getting a little hard.
Well, I appreciate you being open and honest to be the first example. I would just suggest that when you are talking to your significant other, I know you're not assertive, but have just a certain assertiveness about you so that he understands that you want to have power in the relationship. And he may take it just a little bit more serious. So don't be so quiet about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it might help you.
Okay.
I know I'm new, but don't put yourself down when you address him. Like when you were talking about money, you said, I know I don't make any money. And I don't think it would even matter. Just telling him flat out, I think we should do this. Don't mention what he might point out as a flaw to you later.
Don't give him anything. Like, give him any leg up in the situation. Like, he knows what he has and he has control over you. So don't point it out. Like, just be like, I also am in this relationship. I'm your wife. Like you said, you did say I'm your wife. So that works well.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me good insight. Would you like to hear that?
Well, she's already next to you.
Oh, okay. So, what is your girlfriend's name?
Alex,
Well, Alex. Can they see?
I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to approach it. A lot of our problems are more physical. So would it be best to just direct her specifically to that?
I would suggest if that's the problem, like if it's not a verbal abuses or like with her situation, like she doesn't have a lot of control, I would say address the physical issues.
Alex, I know that you have anger problems and everything, but I think when you get angry, it's not best that you hit me or take it out on me.
So do you not like when I hit you? Like, am I hitting you too hard or something? Sometimes I just get angry.
It all hurts. I would prefer to not be hit. I know that you get angry. Maybe sometimes when you get angry, it would just be best if you went in the other room for a little while and calmed down before we continued.
Well, I mean, I can take the suggestion. I can just go outside until I get calmed down, I guess. But
I think that's good for all of us to say.
to take just extra time
Just
to yourself, just suggest it. Or even if you feel like a situation is getting escalated, just leave the room and just say, I'm going to give you time by yourself. You think that worked well?
It's worth a try.
Is your girlfriend the dominant one?
It depends. Physically, yes. Financially and within the household, we're pretty equal. She just physically is much larger than me and I've known her for years and she's always been very aggressive. It's just recently become more focused on me, and I'm not sure what's causing that.
Do you think maybe she has underlying issues that you don't know about that are expressing themselves now?
It could be. I haven't tried to push very hard. I'm afraid that she'll react the way she has. We've been seeing a social worker for her anger issues, not only like within the household but outside of as well. So at this point, it's just kind of taking it slow. The social worker just recommended that I come here as almost like a learning experience and a place to kind of just see how I feel about everything.
So what I'm hearing is you already have outside help that's helping you with the situation.
That's correct.
Let's go. Would you like to go?
Okay. Well, my husband's name is Mike, and so I guess I would address the physical, or maybe the verbal. I liked how earlier we talked about letting, you're angry, maybe I should let you be alone for a while. So that's good. I haven't tried that yet. I normally try to talk him down. We don't get much time together, so I try to spend time with him. Maybe I could tell him that I don't call him those kind of names, and so it would be better if he didn't call me those names. I'm not sure how I would address the physical abuse.
As far as the verbal, so maybe it would be better if you set guidelines and said, okay, but when you get home, I'll give you 5 or 10 minutes to yourself to, just debrief from work, get yourself together, and then, like you can say, we don't get to spend much time together between you working and me working, so can we have just time that we spend together and talk about our days, stuff like that. That might alleviate the verbal abuse because he just may get home and have a bad day.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Do you want to address the physical abuse?
He's a police officer, so I mean, it's like it touches a nerve. I'm not one of your people who can't treat me like that. Like, how do you say that without him already gonna get mad or get more upset?
I think it's good that we're talking about it here. Also, I just thought about maybe for me, I know that I don't really have, like, my family all loves my husband, like I said in the last group, that, but maybe have this conversation with a family member. So I know for me, I might have this conversation when I'm ready. It's going to take quite a few weeks, but maybe not do it by myself. So he won't act out in front of other people. He only does it when it's just.
So what you're saying is the family is in love with your husband. So if you say have his family in the situation when you try to talk to him about it, it might get better outcome.
You know, for me, he won't. He looks a certain way to other people, and then he looks very differently when we're by ourselves. And our kids are in boarding school, so there's no one else home when this happens. I've tried to bring my kids home, but he doesn't want the kids at home because he just doesn't. He does a lot of work at home. So he's a lawyer, so he's constantly working. So he just thinks the kids would be in his way if they're at home. But maybe bringing a family member. I don't want my kids. They don't know, and I don't want them to know. I mean, they might know. I try to keep it away from them.
Kids knew more than you think, but they may not know being that you're keeping them away from the situation.
How old are your children?
They're early teenage years. I mean, they do think it's odd. They keep telling me that I should try to get a job or go do something for myself, especially my daughter. But my husband doesn't want me to work. He wants me to stay home. He doesn't want me to do anything. It's been that way since we met back in college when he asked me to quit. He just thinks women should be at home.
So what I'm hearing is he likes to be in control. He likes to have that aspect of control.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I really did enjoy this role play, and I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. And so I have an assignment for you guys for next week. Everybody has strengths that they have and can attribute to relationships and to friendships and to their jobs and stuff like that. So I want each of you guys to come up with 2 or 3 strengths that you feel that you have. They don't have to be, oh, I'm smart, I drive a nice car. They can be anything you can think of, like I made it through hard situations, or I woke up today, because some people it's really hard to even just get out of bed. So I want you guys to come up with at least 2 or 3 strengths and bring them to me next week, and we'll go over them. Because just because you're a victim of domestic violence doesn't mean that you're always a victim. Okay? And we will meet again next week at the same time, and I hope everybody has a great week.
Thank you.